Hey, and we're back. So, to show Unreal again, you're gonna let that application open up, and here's a project I kind of really quickly put together. It's not the nicest or neatest, but it'll do just for showing us the very basic steps in Unreal. So, in this episode, we'll learn sort of what the movement pieces are, how to move around, how to shake your world a little bit. Here, in general, in the outliner, to the right, you'll select, using the select option, your asset, and then you can change those physical dynamics right here. Over here, in general, if I click this tree trunk, to the right, we'll have scale, rotation, location, and you can move all those things here too. You start moving your locations, boom, just shifting those things. It's a quick drag and drop. So here's my world, here's my realm, and I have my mouse. Now, physically, what you cannot see is that we are using here at this facility a Microsoft mouse that has a left, a right, and a scroll button as well. It's important to note that because each one has its individual function. On Unreal, if you left click, that moves your point of view from left to right. Boom, point of view left to right. Here's our landscape. I can turn all the way around. There's nothing on that end, left to right. If you right click, up and down. Look at the sky, looks so pretty. The clouds are even moving a bit, so realistic. Up and down. Now that middle scroll button, that's gonna be your height. You're physically moving your player, basically, at this space. And if you actually use the scroll button to scroll, you are basically having your player take a step forward. So as I'm scrolling, you see we're sort of entering the realm. And even though the floor looks a little too controlled, like a little too stationary, the closer you get, you start to see that really good detail in there. This mossy ground. This really beautiful plane. Now, once I'm on the ground, I'm moving, right? If I move too fast though, you can see that underneath this plane, there is nothing. So we want to stay on the ground, moving it around. What is that, you ask? We'll see in a second. But that is a good example of how things do shadow in this realm. So you will see the shadows of things. We have these really nice mountains. I'm going to right click here so I can look up and see how high this mountain is over here. Really nice. We have some hills, some nice terrain we have going on here. Now I want to get to this, whatever this is. So I'm going to use my mouse scroll to move my player forward. Straight through that hill though is not ideal. But as you can see, this is a tree trunk. So we're going to get out of this hill. We're going to sort of move around the proper way. We'll maybe lift our player up a little bit. So we can move over here. We'll move that point of view over here. And now we're seeing the shadow of the tree trunk because we're behind it. If I wanted to get in front of that, just to show you what it looks like from the other end, I'd get in front of it. I'd shift my point of view and look at this wonderful tree trunk. No top, no leaves, unfortunately, but that's okay. So now that we've learned how to move around a bit, keeping in mind that all of this functioning, all of this moving has to happen when you're in the select and translate option. When you're in select objects, now we're just clicking things. We're just clicking things. Boop. You can also change in rendering. You can change, technically, if you wanted to, you could change the texture. Here, this sphere, this little world, it comes prepared in understanding that it is a tree trunk. But, for example, if I wanted to change this material, make it, let's say, this metallic yellow. Whoa! Now it looks like goo. And that can be done in rendering. You can sort of change the material but keep that asset's figure still the same. But let's go back to it being a regular tree trunk. Now, when you're in Select and Translate, you get this little character right here. These are super helpful for maneuvering right on your playing field. It's a little dark because it's within the tree trunk for this one specifically. But if you see, there are 3 arrows coming out of the tree trunk. When you select and translate object, this beautiful helpful tool will pop up, and this will do the same as if you were in general location, rotation, and scale, and it even color coordinates for you. So red is moving forward or backwards, and you see those numbers changing there for location. Green is side to side. The numbers change there as well. And then blue is up or down. So you have that mobility right on that playing field, but you can also do it within your outliner as well by shifting those numbers. Now, if you toggle over to rotation, same thing happens, but now we're focused on rotation. Green will rotate it down 90 degrees, 180. Boom. So you can layer it, you can put it sideways and say that it's almost crashing or falling on your player, all of those things. Red is you rotate it left or right. And blue is you sort of rotating it around so you see different angles of it. Beautiful. I like it there. And then if you toggle over to the last of the 4 in this main group, same concept applies, same directional pieces, but it scales it. Scale over here is unlocked. Red scales it wider for your forward and back. Green scales it wider for your left and right. So the width shifts here. And yellow is for height. And if we use our mouse, our right click, you can see that height has shifted. So much for watching this episode of Bite-Sized Media Making with CME. Tune in for the next one for more Unreal Engine tips and tricks, and we'll see you next episode.